Full audience. Welcome, everybody. This is the City Council, Calexico Community Redevelopment Agency, successor agency, Calexico Financing Authority regular meeting, May 20th, 2014. Apologize for starting a little late. It is 6:40, and we call to order in attendance. We're all here, your council members, and let's please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and Honorable Mayor Pro Tem, will you please take the lead?
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A little off there, but that's okay. Great job. Okay.
Mayor, may I report?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just to
Defer
report,
to City Council for a special meeting.
the council opened the special meeting that was listed for 5:30 p.m., one closed session item. The council has continued that discussion until after open session, along with the addendum closed session item. That one will also be heard after open session. And all council members were present in the closed session discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, City Attorney. Okay, looking here, it's all general comments at this time. I'm going to go in the order as they were stacked. But before we do that, we have presentations. One was pulled, is that correct? Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, I always forget that. All right, Pledge of Allegiance. Let's please vote on the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
By Mayor Pro Tem. Is there a second? Second to approve our agenda? I will approve it. I can second it. So let's do that. Please vote. Okay. It passes unanimously. There is one of the presentations has been pulled, unfortunately unable to make it, and that is by the Police Athletic League regarding Heffernan Memorial Healthcare District support. So hopefully next time. According to the presentation, I've met this gentleman, and this was actually at my request. We have, please forgive me if I mispronounce your name, sir, again. Presentation by Kanat Tibet regarding the Heal Cities campaign. Are you here, sir, tonight? Mr. Tibet, presentation? Not here. How unfortunate. We'll try to get him a next time. All right. We have all these lovely young people here. We're eager to hear the good news about them. So we have a presentation by the Calexico Parents Athletic League regarding league activities update. Will you please come forward, Representative? Here we go. Coming forward. Calexico Parents Athletic League, League Activities Update. Welcome. Please state your name.
Ok, vamos a dar una presentación. No sabemos si ya está listo el proyector. We're going to give you a presentation. I don't know if the projector is going to be ready to give her the presentation.
Gabby, were you aware of a projector? Okay.
So you want me to wait?
Excuse me?
You want me to wait?
We can set it up at a later time if you'd like to wait.
Yes.
All right, we apologize. Okay? We'll do that as quickly as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? All right, then we'll move on to presentation B. Who's going to set that up?
That was presentation B.
No.
We'll go to presentation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I got A, B, C, and B. That's a typo.
Yeah.
So it's D. But Gabby, are you going to instruct someone to set this up? Yes. Okay. All right, presentation by Economic Development Commission on commission activities. Who would take the lead on that? We're striking out, ladies. Okay, here we go. All right, Mr. Horton, please come forward.
I didn't even know about this.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, City Council persons. My name is Ben Horton. I'm the Chairman of the Economic Commission. I'm going to give a brief overview what the committee has been working on, and we're continuing to work on it if we can get a quorum, get the proper membership involved with the commission. One of the things we have worked on, and we're ready to go with it, is called the Stature Award. It's to honor the businesses of Calexico who are doing the right stuff. And I use the right stuff. They're doing something to promote the city, involved with the schools, involved with moving the city forward. And we really need to move things forward. And this is an achievement for the city's businesses to show we appreciate their good service. Another part that we're working on, and we have helped to put it together, and working with the Grand Plaza, we have a $25,000 scholarship working with the school district, and the first part is going to be starting this graduation. This is something that the commission worked with the Grand Plaza. Now it's moving forward. The school district received their first installment check for the scholarship. Another part that we've been working with, and this is working with Mexicali and working with the tourism. We're working to promote the city of Calexico in reference to tourism and to make, let's say, Calexico outstanding place to come to experience. I use the word experience. The unique shopping, and plus our flagship is the Grand Plaza. And a lot of people that comes from the interior of Mexico are looking forward to experiencing Calexico. And that's been working with Christian Ibarra, who's the director of the tourism in Mexicali. And also we're trying to do something a little different to get the city more involved with the community, to have a better understanding, to put together a packet that would show, that was, well, let's say, highlight the benefits of Calexico. But yet, everything depends on the citizens of Calexico. You are the one that make this city what it is. And your involvement with the city helps to make this city a better city and a city that we can all be proud of. This concludes my report. Any question from the...
Mr. Horton, very good ideas in moving forward. Just concerned about your support at the Economic Commission. Are your members attending?
Well, apparently one member couldn't be part of the commission because of his elected status. And he had to, let's say, tenure his resignation. And then there's 2 more that are in question. So in reference to having a quorum, in fact, as it stands right now, I would say I'm probably the only one that's in good standing with the commission. And I have brought this forward several times in the meeting here on the city council. Now, everything depends on the council persons to move forward. I'm only an instrument of your goodwill. And if the goodwill is not there, we have no instrument. And I hope I'm using that in a very positive, in a way that people can understand it.
That's a good point, and including myself, I've been negligent at times of not checking up on my commissioners, but I want to just say to everybody, council members, please, and I know Councilwoman Hurtado does an excellent job, but the rest of us, check on your commissioners and make sure they're attending. City Attorney, what do you recall the rule? Like if they're absent 3 times, Does it have to be in a row or just 3 times, period?
Well, each council person has the authority to remove a commissioner at any time for any reason. So it doesn't require absences, but, it's up to the individual council member.
Okay. All right.
If I can add one point, even though the membership has been lacking, I have tried to make sure that the commission is doing the job. I have, on my own, went to meetings in Mexicali. We've been involved with the bilateral meetings that have been going forward. So the commission has been working, but yet, ladies and gentlemen, in reference to the council, it's up to you, good people, to help the commissions to move forward. And I'm going to say one thing. Commissioners, whoever they may be, whatever commission they are, they're answerable to the council. And they should be making reports to the council. And the one that's appointed me has been Mr. Hodge, and he knows I make reports to let him know what's going
You
on.
give me updates.
And so, it's up to the council and the goodwill of the council.
But it might be nice to have a two-way communication. We'll check on our commissioners, but also let us know at year end who's not making meetings
The
via
council,
through the city.
you should make sure that your commissioners are making reports to you. This is my,
Well, that's true. I've requested, and others have also, that we should have
Mr. Hodge.
ongoing reports. Yes.
One of the big issues we still have, the last commissioner meeting is not informed with the commissioners. How are they going to come? And they called special meeting, keep calling the special meeting. They have own life. How come they be 24 hours ready for the next meeting? So they should be kind of eliminating to call the special meeting, even the 24 hours, try to be in the more timely, 2-3 days before the meeting, call the people that can be attended. And also, again, to call and email and text, there has to be some proof. A lot of my commissioners, they've been complaining they've not been informed. And also myself, a lot of commissioner meeting, I don't have any information. They don't send me information of a lot of commissioner meeting, even I'm a council member.
Okay.
We need to fix those kind
Okay.
of things. And plus, I've been keep telling we need to have every monthly or at least bi-monthly meeting, so they have a regular meeting, people can schedule it.
Okay, good points. It tends to be somewhat of a systemic problem. No need to point any specific fingers at anyone. We'll work on it, we'll move
May I ask a
forward.
question?
Yes, you may.
Mr. Horton, do you have a standing meeting date every month?
yes, we do. We have a meeting that's scheduled. We do have a standing meeting. First is the bid meeting every month. After their meeting comes our meeting.
Okay, so all of your members know that you have a
They-
monthly standing meeting,
they
so
know, and
the
I make-
24-hour notice may be, because since it's a standing meeting, it
It's
may
a
be just
standing meeting.
probably
And-
even a
and
courtesy.
I myself, and I might point out, put the agenda together. Gabby, and I thank Gabby for her good service. She makes sure the agenda is out. Now, everybody here has a member that's involved with the different commissions. You talk to your commission members, they should have let's say, the nicety to come to their individual city councilman and let them know. And I have let some councilmen know that their people are not making a meeting. And so, not to be disrespectful, some councilmen say if they don't come to the meeting, then your meeting's not important.
That's not true.
That came from the council,
Okay.
okay?
All right, let's not go there. Thank you very much.
Okay, so
We
Mr. Hodge,
are ready for the
I have
presentation.
I have clarifications for the regular meeting, 72-hour notice, and special meeting, 24-hour notice.
Okay.
So regular meeting has to be the 72 hours notice. That not been done.
Okay, very good. All right, we are ready. Are we ready for the special presentation? Can someone acknowledge? Are we ready? Almost ready? John, any good jokes? Well, let's see, there were 3 people in this airplane. No, I'm just making this up. It's not true. City Attorney,
You could start public comments.
we can start public comments, and then when they're ready, we'll stop public comments, because these young people, they want their opportunity. So you are ready. Okay, then we'll move forward as scheduled. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a presentation by the Calexico Parents Athletic League regarding the wonderful league activities and an update. Lights, please, and action.
Esto es algo de lo mucho que ha hecho CPAL para la comunidad, porque estamos para los niños y para la comunidad en general, padres y familia.
To slow it down, please. Where's
Fueron algunos niños que eligieron para el Club Atlas una preparación al nivel nacional en México. Ahí estamos en los tryouts para formar parte de la eliminación para los torneos de Riverside. La Liga de CPAL cuenta con 52 equipos de todo el Valle Imperial, desde Westmoreland hasta Calexico. Esa es una de las celebraciones que hicimos por festejar a una de las fundadoras del programa, la señora Carmen Estrada, que ha aportado mucho al programa, entre ella y varios corporativos más. Ahí estamos viendo a Tony Luis Fuentes, uno de los fundadores del programa. Rifas, entretenimiento. Son trabajos realizados por la Liga CPAL. Uno de los grandes proyectos y sueño anhelado es el safety para los niños. Pusimos un fence en el Parque Daniel Gutiérrez. Varios de los voluntarios, trabajadores que estuvieron apoyando Son padres, coaches y más que nada gente que tuvo el corazón para estar con nosotros apoyándonos esos días. Reforestando los parques, con la plantación de árboles. Este es un claro ejemplo que lo que se puede convertir en un sueño, lo podemos materializar en realidad. CIPA también cuenta con un equipo de béisbol de veteranos en Mexicali. Están muy orgullosos de formar parte de la Liga CIPA, que lo podemos internacionalizar, no importar fronteras.
Any more comments?
Yes, estoy muy orgullosa de estar aquí, me siento orgullosa de portar esta camiseta donde pueden ver, dice CoCLX. Lo que nosotros queremos es que todo el valle, toda la comunidad del norte conozca que aquí hay un pueblito y es CoCLX. Todos estos niños han contado con campeonatos, han podido ser visores de otros jugadores profesionales e internacionales. Estos niños tienen un juego para el día, este fin de semana. Ellos van a competir en la ciudad de Riverside, en el Colton Complex. Van con toda la ilusión de poder formar parte de un equipo, probablemente llegar a una carrera profesional. En muy especial queremos dar las gracias al Armando Real, es una persona que está involucrada con nosotros. El SWATMIT Santo Tomás, aporta mucho a la comunidad. Y también una persona muy especial, es la persona que ha estado con nosotros vigilando. Lo único que queremos son parques. Y la persona que ha estado con nosotros y nos apoya y está al pendiente de nosotros, el señor Acuña. Y por mi parte es todo, y lo único que queremos es agradecerles a las autoridades de CoCLX y que nos sigan apoyando, porque la unión hace la fuerza.
Thank you very much. And coming from me, I am very, very proud to have you as leaders doing such a wonderful job for these children in the community. So I am very proud of all of you, and I thank you. I thank you very much, because this is a great thing that you're doing for children in the community. So thank you. You have my support. Anyone else like to say anything?
Mr. Hatch, I have some question.
Yes.
Mr. Estrada? Okay, Mr. Garcia is not here yet? Mr. Garcia? Mr. Garcia not here? Okay. Tenemos pregunta porque he escuchado que Ciudad quiere quitar los fans otra vez. ¿Ya está que arregló? Sí, ya se arregló. Okay. Okay, gracias.
Qué bonito color de camisetas que tienen los niños. Y eso es arriba, Bulldogs.
Thank you very much. Now, Mrs. Estrada, you are so welcome to stay if you want, and the children. But if you want to leave, you're welcome to leave. But you are welcome to stay. So, do you want to stay a little longer, or I heard vámonos? Okay.
Vámonos, let's get the heck out of here.
Bye, guys. Keep up for you and Calexico. Thank you very much. Great spirit, great team. Okay. All right. All right, please shut the door. We will proceed. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So that ends the presentations. Now it is time for the announcement, public appearance, and public comments. Ladies and gentlemen, parliamentary procedure and our ordinance and rules state not to proceed more than 3 minutes. I will be nice. As you approach 3 minutes, I'll ask you kindly to close it up, okay? So I get another one, and that one goes on the bottom. So this is the time for the public to address the council on any item not appearing on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. The mayor will recognize you, and when you come to the microphone, please state your name and place of residence for the record. While members of the public are encouraged to participate, it is unlawful to disturb or delay the council meeting with personal or slanderous remarks. If the item you wish to comment on is a closed session or consent item, please comment now. If the item you wish to comment on is on the public portion of the agenda, we will take your comment when we get to the item on the agenda. Please direct your questions and comments to the City Council. So first in line is, and it is public comments pertaining to the water bill. Will Mr. Miguel Lopez please come forward? That's the ones over here. Yeah, I will, sir. Yes, sir. This microphone is fine. Please state your name and address.
My name is Miguel Lopez.
Hola.
My address is 847 4th Street, Calexico, sir. I have a problem with the water bill.
Okay.
I have a problem with it. The amount that I'm being charged with is way too much, even though the water was cut off. And when I came to ask to renew the service, they said that I had to pay the amount, a huge amount that we never used any water or anything. My father used to live there. He's got Alzheimer's. He's 92. He lives with myself, but the account is under my brother's name, and he suffered an aneurysm 4.5 years ago, so there was no way for us to habitate the house. So that's why I'm here, and I would like you to condemn that amount.
All right, sir.
That's basically it.
Let me try to decipher the facts. The the water bill is way too high. Was there a time where
Yeah, well, you see, water was not in use,
it was not used?
was shut off, and I can show you a graphic that I was given to me where it shows that no water was used in well over 8 months. And like I said, the water was shut off. There was no way for nobody to get any water from the city, so if there's no use of water,
Why should you be charged?
why should-
That's your position.
yes, sir.
City Manager, Mr. Savine, would you want to comment or respond or lead this gentleman?
I can certainly talk to him tomorrow morning if you wish. Bring me your paperwork, facts and figures, and I can look at that and see what we can do for you.
Okay, is there any time specifically?
I'm here early, so, we open at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock? Yeah, I could be here.
Okay.
Thank you very
Let me
much.
give you,
All
let me give you
right.
my
Thank you.
card.
We hope that gets settled properly. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, next again for public comments, Mr. Ben Horton.
Back again. Which one do we use, this one or this one? All right. The reason I'm here in reference to the closed session that you're working on or continuing to work on, this continued process, I'm here to say that the city of Calexico, and I say the city of Calexico has regulations, codes, what gives us who we are, what we're supposed to do, and how we're supposed to do it. And I'm trying to make sure that I keep this in a very direct to the point. And that's what I'm trying to make sure that's understood. I'm sure everybody's heard of the situation that arose last week. The situation, and I think I brought it up last week in reference to my last comment, public comment about leadership. You have to make a decision. You get the best advice for the decision, then you go and make the decision. And sometimes we have to say, well, I made a mistake, and sometimes I do make a mistake. The difference between a leader and a boss, and I was talked to me by a gentleman by the name of General Turner, a boss pushes, a leader leads. And that's what we should be looking at in the city of Calexico. I'm involved with real estate, and Calexico, and I love this city, this is my birthplace. The city is getting to be something of a, and I use this loosely, but I want you to understand it, a joke in Imperial Valley. And this phrase is coming up only in Calexico. I know myself that Calexico is better than this. The people in this town are the best people in Imperial Valley, state of California, and this country. They care about this city. They care what happens. Now, in reference to our city council persons, we give you our trust. We elect you to do what we think would be the best for the city. When I was a young person growing up in this city, I looked up to the city council because I called them at the time the city fathers. They were the city fathers. They're the ones that gave us the leadership. I remember when I was in school, it was an honor to come have government day, to come to the city of Calexico and to act out. And I'm sure Mr. Hodge.
10 seconds.
Okay. Mr. Hodge going to hear that government, to learn what government was about. And all government, ladies and gentlemen, all government is local. All government that starts at the local part. I hope that our city leaders, and I use the word leaders, not bosses, leaders, will do what's best for the city. Now, my support for what took place goes out to the acting city manager. So with that, I will terminate my discussion, and I leave it up to the city, but especially our city council.
Thank you very much, Mr. Horton. Okay, we have Carla Flores. Welcome, Carla. Please come forward.
This one, right? Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Carla Flores, 602 Amelia Drive. Most of the stuff that Ben said, I was going to say, but anyways, one of the reasons why I'm up here is I want to take you guys back to the workshop that we had regarding the Finance Committee. During the Finance Committee, there was a question that was asked to our Chief of Police, Mr. Pompeo Tavares, and he clearly said, "You are not my boss. He is my boss," meaning the city manager. Now, us as citizens of Calexico, we want to know the reason why you guys took action and reinstated him when the acting city manager made a decision that needed to be made. I'm not here for you guys to give me any explanations, but us citizens of Calexico, we want an explanation of why that was taking place. I don't know if you recall that, but I do recall. It's unfortunate that it wasn't recorded. That workshop was not recorded, but Mr. Pompeo Tavares did say that. "You are not my boss, he is my boss."
You need city manager.
The city manager. So, as citizens of Calexico, we just want to make sure that we understand the protocol. We understand why you guys are making those type of decisions. Maybe we are wrong, maybe we're not understanding, so if you guys can please explain that to us, because we want to make sure that we're saying and we're passing out the right word to our community. Thank you.
Okay, City Attorney, your opinion on any amount of information we can give, because there was a meeting between you and Servine and Oscar Rodriguez after that closed session.
Mr. Mayor, I would just repeat, the action out of closed session from Thursday night was direction given, no action taken. Council did not take action.
Okay. All right, sorry. Okay, next is...
Just to verify that, we have to remember that JPIA is keeping an eye on us.
Very much.
And we do not want to get rid of our police department. We want to keep our police department. We don't want anybody else to take over. So please, just do your homework, do what you guys need to do.
Thank you. Maribel Padilla, please.
Maribel Padilla, AC Nogales, Calexico. The City Council all attended a workshop given by JPIA the second time around, because the first time two were missing. And if I do remember correctly, that workshop was to show you what you could and could not do. The reason JPIA is on your butts now is because you interjected yourself into hiring the chief of police. What do you think that JPIA is thinking now when you guys have interjected yourself as bullies, because that's what you have done, and now forced the acting city manager to reinstate a chief that's under investigation? You care nothing about the people that made the complaints. You only care about your buddy that you guys put in. Mr. Kim, you're always talking about the compa system. Guess what? Welcome to the compadres. Because you three ran over here the minute you found out he was suspended. You cried, you yelled. I had calls, people telling me you should see them outside City Hall. Hodge is having a fit, Castro and Kim. Because your buddy had been suspended, okay? Mr. Chief of Police should have had a little bit of ethics and said, you know what? For the peace of the city, I'm going to stay. He's getting paid. He's on paid admin leave. He should have stayed at home, had this cleared, this investigation, and when his name was cleared, come back and say, I was cleared. Not ran to you three to come to help him. Really? And now we hear your next step is to fire Oscar Rodriguez and put Mr. Hermosillo in as acting manager. That's what I hear. That's what everybody hears.
Mr. Manager.
Guess what? Mr. Hermosillo is
Let-
over
let her
here.
speak, Kim.
Compas too, with a CPOA. How close-knit everything is, okay? You people need to understand, you're here to give, like Mr. Hodge said in the newspaper, we're here to give direction. We can't tell city employees what to do. But guess what? You told him what to do, and we know it. I don't care how many times city attorney says, no action did, whatever she says, no action taken. You people took action, and you made him and forced him, bring him back. You cared nothing about other employees, only you. You are the compass of the city. And let me tell you, and you shut up.
Oh, whoa,
And
Maribel,
so-
please.
No. Why don't you tell them to be quiet?
Who else out there? Keep it quiet. She has the right to speak. I don't want interchanging.
Wait, if you're recording me, let
Okay.
me get, because I'm too short.
All right,
Hold on.
go.
Mr. Duran, can you get me? Am I in there?
Go ahead, Maribel, go ahead.
Okay.
Go
Mr.
ahead,
Casillas?
Maribel.
Okay, so
Stop.
guess what? The citizens are sick of it.
Stop the interchange with the audience. Go ahead and finish your thought.
Just when we think you can do no more stupid stuff, you come and do it. All over the news, all over the newspapers. This city council, this city is a joke.
Your 3 minutes is up. Kindly, I
joke.
ask you to wrap it up.
Keep smiling, Mr. Kim. Keep smiling.
Maribel, your 3 minutes are up. Thank you. All right, Mrs. Padilla, thank you. Okay. I will not tolerate that. I don't care what your feelings are. Everybody has a right to speak. Do not throw out verbal lashes. It only makes it worse. We are being looked upon. We need to have proper decorum ourselves up here. There are emotional issues, but we have to keep it in check. Thank you. Long time no see. Good to see you. Manny Hernandez, please come forward. Anyone you like, sir. That's the better one.
Manny Hernandez. I live in 2112 Carter Court. I just want to talk a little bit about my experience with Mr. Servin and Mr. Oscar Rodriguez. My interaction with them has been one of the best ones. I think they are very, very professional, very knowledgeable at what they do, and one of the very, very few people that truly followed up on any issues that I deal with. And I serve in a couple of committees that I was appointed to. I think you would be making a mistake if you let people like that go. Mr. Kim, Mr. Hodge, and Mr. Castro, my understanding is that you will be ganging up on them to fire them. I'm totally against it. I think you are leaders, that is correct. But the compadre system, yes, obviously, it does exist. And that needs to stop immediately. That's about it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Manny. Well, you're not on the slip here, sir. What? Yes, I know that. Defer to city attorney.
Sure, he can speak. He should just fill out a slip after he speaks.
All right, fill out a street. Keep it calm, keep it calm.
1196 Margarita. I just want to make it clear, I never applied for a job. I have a job. Maybe Ms. Padilla needs a job because I hear she's losing it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, okay, stop. All right, next, John Romo. Mr. Romo, please come forward. Parliamentary procedure, 3 minutes, but I'll be very nice, sir, and nicely tell you when the 3 minutes is up.
Yes, thank you very much. Good evening, council members, and Ms. Lyons, Mr. Serene, and members of the public. My name is John Romo, for the record, and I am a resident of Calexico. I've only got just a few words to say about the committees, your appointees, the committees, the persons you appoint to each individual committee. I concur with Mr. Ben Horton's comment and concerns about attending their committees and knowing about the roles. I concur with him mainly in part, in whole part. But I don't, in my opinion, it is, I see that it is not to each individual councilman to oversee. They can oversee their appointees. But I think this council should make a directive, a requirement, an ordinance, a regulatory concession that they must all attend and recognize their roles, because we are going nowhere. And in March, I made a presentation here, and Mr. Castro, Mr. Horton made the same remark. That was back in March. Mr. Castro acknowledged that. He requested for this council to oversee that. Mr. Mayor said, we will fund, that is certainly important. Yes, you don't remember? It's on record. And so you said we will look into it. Yeah, you have to look into the record, Mr. Hodge. I can see you nodding your head no.
What word are you saying I said? Oh, don't repeat it.
Check your records. You're taking away my time.
Sorry, sir. Just startled.
Yeah. So it was agreed that the council was going to look into the attendance of all the committees within the city. They're under the jurisdiction of the city council, the city of Calexico. So in my opinion and my request is that you make a decision to ensure, to make sure, I don't even want to read this, to make sure that they all attend and they all know their roles, because we need to go forward. I think Mr. Horton was quite a gentleman and is very eloquent in stating his concerns, and he's right in the right direction. Now you need to follow that direction yourself. If you don't do anything since March up until now, then you're heading nowhere. We rely on you. Now, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Romo. Good comments. Okay. Next, please, is Geraldo, is that correct? Cordero? Is that right? Oh, wait a minute.
It is Gerardo Cordero. That's my husband.
Oh,
He's not
okay.
able to be here because of his health.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
He did write something for me to read here.
All right.
My name is Gerardo Cordero. I'm going to start by saying that I'm embarrassed to call myself a citizen of Calexico with all this dirty politics that is going on. You three city councilmen should be ashamed of yourselves for acting in this way, along with the chief of police. It is clear that you have a clear agenda and your loyalty to the chief of police and not the citizens of Calexico. You have the most dysfunctional police department, and you three have let this happen. Mr. Hodge, you keep on saying you promised the chief of police this and that. When he was hired, I promised my 4 girls to take him on trips, but if I didn't have the bonus to take them on that year, they would just have to wait another year. It is clear that politics is nasty, but you three city council and the chief of police have just confirmed that. It is too bad, because the ones that suffer are the people of Calexico. I hope cool minds will prevail and let the course of this investigation continue without having to dismiss the acting city manager, Nick Servin. I've known Nick and his family. He is a good man, and his family are well respected and are people of this community. It would be clear to show a bias towards this investigation if Mr. Servin gets dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your husband's words, and I hope he gets well. And now, Yoli, don't sit down. We have you.
I had a lot of things to say,
3 minutes.
but I know there's some things that I can't say because it's we have to wait till this investigation is done. I've been here many times letting you know, I'm in the Finance Advisory Board, and I mean, we have many problems, but that's not the problem right now. The problem is the way the city council is managing our city. It is very sad to see what happened last week. I was out of town and I heard about these things. I think, and I agree also that Mr. Chief, I think if I would have been you, I would have stayed home and got paid and wait till all this was cleared, not come back to work. And you three should not brought Mr. Tavares back to work. And I don't think that if Oscar left on vacation and our acting city manager was Nick Servin, you needed to stand by him and supported him, because I'm sure he did it for very good reasons. He didn't do it just because he thought this was the best thing to do to put the chief of police on administrative leave. There's reasons for it that a lot of the people don't know, okay? There's some stuff, some really bad stuff going inside the police department that cannot be talked about. So, I mean, if he acted upon that, I'm sure he probably, you know, did the proper calls and went through the proper channels to make that decision. And you guys just getting together and trying to bring him back in and getting a hold of Oscar or whatever you guys did, and that wasn't right. That wasn't right. You guys should have waited. But you know what? Your time will come too. There's a recall going, there's elections coming in November, and you know, all these little kids that were here with these families, I wanted to call and tell them, here you're telling us about these parks, but you need to be aware of the other things that are going on. Let me tell you why we don't have parks, because all this other stuff that's going on, because all the bad spending that we've been doing, because we're not running our city properly, you know? And it doesn't just fall on you guys, it falls on the other previous city councils that we've had like in the last 10 years, and the last 7 city managers that we've had in the last 10 years, because it's all been about politics. And either we shape up, or this thing's gonna go down and we're gonna go into a bankruptcy within probably not 15 months, because we've been saying this since March. So I'm just gonna pray for you guys, and I know that not everybody in the police department is, I guess, good and bad. I know there's some good people in there, but it's like everything else. There's a little bit of bad apples in there that need to be taken care of. But that's within you guys, and you guys are gonna have to fix that, and the good will prevail over evil. That I do know. Eventually, they're gonna fall. And that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you.
Yeah, your time is up. Thank you very much, Yolanda. Yoli, excuse me.
Mr. Mayor?
Mr. Romo?
Yeah, thank you very much. Just a few seconds.
I will allow him.
I'm still on the public.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. For what I just said about the committees, it's related to that. You either make a directive, I know you can't take any action now, you either put it on the next agenda as soon as possible, or I will put it on the next agenda. But this needs to take care of.
About the commission, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, that concludes as far as I know. All right, go ahead.
Council, I felt myself compelled to come and
Okay,
talk.
former mayor and former city councilman Alex
Yes.
Baroni. Go ahead, sir.
I've never seen my city so divided. You know, I'm scared to stand next to Pompeo. I'm scared to say hello to Maritza because everybody's divided. What are we coming to? You know, you're the mayor. Lead. And please lead, Mr. Hodge. And everybody here, Blue Flamers, Transparent, Calexico, we have every state, federal agency looking at us. Is that nice? We got every damn federal and state agency looking at us because everybody's throwing crap at each other. It's not right. Calexico is Calexico. We've brought this city, we're all friends, and now what are we doing? Destroying each other. I don't want to see this. You know, there was a time that you could be out in front of City Hall, say hello to John, say hello to Kim, Castro, Maritza. Now we can't. What are we coming to? What are we coming to? I've talked to Marisa, I've talked to Casillas. I go, extend your hand, shake it, do it for the good. Move Calexico forward. Don't continue to fight. Don't continue to degrade people. I see what's posted on Facebook. We have families. All of us here have families. It's not nice what they're writing. It's not. Respect our children. Respect our families. Stop it. You know, forget about the pride, because you sit up there, you're not more than anybody else. I sat up there. That's when I was more humble, because I serve the people here, and we serve. So please be a leader. Don't take sides. When you decide on something, Mr. Hodge, I have
Aside
respect.
from convictions, sir.
Yes. You know, you always have a balance.
I try very much, sir.
You're the people you serve and your government.
Absolutely,
Then
sir.
what's right on the middle, that is your decision.
But let me note, I do not put anything on Facebook, sir.
I know that.
And
No,
repeatedly, I've
no,
told the community,
I've never
please,
said
let's
that
move
you
forward
did.
together.
But I was talking about the blue flamers, the transparent Calexico. Let's stop it. You know, I don't want to be like a Rodney King, let's all get along, but let's please all get along. You know, look at each other. I see you guys are my family. It's Calexico. Let's be like that. So I encourage you, you know, with that spirit, let's lead with the spirit of friendship, of family, of good, clean government. Let's do it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Peroni. Thank you. I think that ends, yes, public announcements. All right, let's move on to the consent agenda. No, I'm sorry, general comments by council members and city manager. We have one more? Okay, please get them in as quickly as you can so we don't keep prolonging this.
I was at another.
Anyone else right now? This is, if not, this is going to be the last public announcement.
I'll say that.
Okay, please quickly.
Okay. Dr. Leticia Aldana Cota, 417 Rosemont. And the reason why I turned mine in late, because I just come in from an event at the district office. I just would like to actually, I guess, second or agree with, and I hardly ever agree with Mr. Peroni, but I agree with him too. I do too. I love you too. No, the bottom line is that it's true. We are a community, and it's an embarrassment. And you know what? I'm hearing people say, the two of you, the three of you, but no, there's 5 of you up there. And you know what? Body language says a lot more than your lips. I see the demeanor of all 5 of you up there. The bottom line is that you guys were elected to lead. You guys were elected to represent the city of Calexico. And unfortunately, it's impossible for us to keep everybody happy. And it saddens me to see, because I also have friends. I've also was raised in Calexico. And it saddens me to see all this vicious attack left and right. We need to agree to disagree with respect, respectfully. Because at the rate we're going, guess what? Yes, we're the laughingstock of Imperial Valley, California maybe, the state of California, literally the nation eventually. We need to come to terms with whatever differences we have, and if it's a power struggle, we need to let it go. Because we're here for the betterment of the entire community, not just a selected few. And it really bothers me to sit here and hear people being bad-mouthed. I mean, how can people know personnel issues? It is my understanding that those are confidential.
They're not in the room, that's for sure.
So obviously there's a leak somewhere. So obviously somebody's messing up and somebody's screwing up by informing other people. And I'm not saying who, because I have no idea. But I do read the post that he's talking about, and it hurts me and it angers me. Why? Because I have friends on both sides. I have friends sitting in this room. And guess what? It's not pretty to be at the end of an attack. Been there, done that, and it's not pretty. Especially when people are being accused of things that they've never done. And believe me, I have no say in this mess, only that I'm a bystander and now insider, outsider, watching, observing, looking what it's being said. Mr. Castro, I know Mr. Castro, Ms. Hurtado, I know her, I know our mayor. John, I've known you, we've been through the district, through many times. But you know what? If what we need is mediation, let's go for it. I offer my services free of charge if that's what we need.
3
But we
minutes are up,
need to
Mrs.
resolve those issues. We need to resolve whatever's going on because it is getting out of hand. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Cota. Angel Esparza.
Angel Esparza, 1620 Rockwood. I don't know, I just got up to speak because it's just interesting to see where the city's going. And I'm just seeing the reaction of each of the city council, how she pointed out the body language, and how some of you guys aren't even making eye contact with the people that are doing the public comments, or Mr. Hodge, like applauding the CPAL, but the whole presentation you were here whispering with the lawyer. You didn't even see the presentation.
I saw most of it, but you're correct.
I was looking at you, Mr. Hodge.
No, you're right. Most of it I saw, but
And then when someone else was giving a public comment, here you are whispering with the lawyer again. So I just wanted to point that out, and also that I support Mr. Servin, and I applaud how the graffiti program moved forward when Mr. Servin approached us. Although you keep saying, you keep saying that it was your idea. I don't know if it was, but Mr. Servin approached us, and we actually approached you and included you in the meeting with Hildy at Applebee's, if you can't recall.
Angel, my idea was the mural program.
Which is what, when we approached you, that's what we told you about. There's even a post on Facebook from the beautification committee when all the artists came forward because we were putting it out there.
Very good, Angel.
So I just wanted to say that I fully support Nick Servin and his decisions, and as well as John Moreno and Maritza Hurtado.
Thank you, Angel. Any more public comments? Well, are you? Okay. Tiger, keep it tame. Keep it respectful. Yes, sorry. Oh, I apologize for calling you a nickname.
Good evening, everyone. Luis Garcia, CPOA. It's interesting to hear some of these comments that are being thrown out there about the compa system and so forth and how we should get along. I'm here to extend my hand to you, Ms. Hurtado, one more time if you wish to start some dialogue.
Come over here.
We'll meet in the middle.
All right. Photo.
Well, I guess there went the dialogue, but no, so this is very true. But there is something to point out here. You know, I do take some offense when they say that we got to clean up the police department, and this is coming from a lot of people out in the council. There's a great group of young men and women that work for that police department that serve this community, serve you, and serve the people, and they deserve a little more respect than that, okay? As far as, you know, this has been an attack from the very beginning, and we've taken big steps here with the city and CPOA and with the new chief of police. We've restored some of the programs that we've lost throughout the years, and you know, to see this the way that it is now, it is pretty heartbreaking. But like I said, let's turn a page and let's move forward. But I mean, if there is truly something criminal going on at the police department, then people should go to jail. But that's not the case. The truth of the matter is that this is all a personnel issue. It's not a criminal matter, and we got a great group of young men and women that work with our department. And you guys need to stick to the agenda, make a decision, and stick to it. And not everyone's going to be happy, but a decision has to be made. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, definitely that concludes our public comments. Now it's time for general comments by council members and then our city manager. Councilwoman Hurtado, would you like to take the first lead here?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I guess what I'll add to the conversations of everything, the different comments that we've heard today, is it is very difficult to sit up here and be able to lead in these circumstances. I guess what we all can do is participate more. And I guess what you can see here, and as was mentioned in the Ivy Press, is that the city of Calexico is passionate. And in a way, what I read is that many of our other cities in Imperial County are not as passionate as us. So the passion that you have been seeing lately is divided. Yes, it is. But I think that this is like the Democrats and the Republicans. We have different views and different ways that we feel that things should operate. However, we all love our country. And so you all know very well, those that know me and have known me as a person for a long time, that as a longtime resident, I definitely have I guess, right to love my city, but it comes naturally being as the type of person that I am. So yes, I am passionate. And those of you that asked me to become a candidate in this race for council 4 years ago knew that I had passion already. So what you're seeing as far as my actions and my words and my physical body language is passion. And I know that those that know me very well know that I am a passionate person, and this is just another extension of what I do. Unfortunately, sometimes some people have difficulties hearing difficult things that they probably just don't want to hear. And yeah, you are now experiencing things that you're hearing that may not be comfortable. However, this city has quite a bit of potential, as you can see with the Grand Plaza that started here in the city of Calexico. However, when you saw the Grand Plaza coming, yes, there was quite a bit of concern about new transportation companies coming into the city of Calexico, which started a lot of fueling here because of the apparent issues that we have with conflicts of interest and things like that. But honestly, I don't think that you all may have hired any of us or voted for any of us to sit here and stay quiet. We're here to do the job for you, and principally, if it's necessary to speak up. When you see a process that's not transparent, I don't think you wanted me to sit at home and not say anything. You want me here representing you about those processes, and when it is legal to speak up, I will do so. Thank you.
Completely concur, Councilman Hurtado. Councilman Castro.
Like Mr. Councilwoman Maris Hurtado said, there is a process for everything. And if city attorney, city manager, and also the interim city manager, they don't want to talk about what happened with the chief of police, there is a reason. It's a process. And the majority of the people who just tell us what the conversation against the 3 city councils are, the majority are wrong, and there is a legal issue, and that's why, like city attorney mentioned, there is a process. So I believe instead to what's the word, to attack or to talk about the city council, I believe you need to wait for the results. That's all. That's all. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor, I have a prepared statement that I'd like to share. Normally, I like to speak without a prepared statement, but today I'll say, just so I don't forget anything. With all due respect, Mayor Hodge, I am disappointed with the statements in today's Imperial Valley Press regarding the reinstatement of the Chief of Police. First of all, you breached closed session confidentiality by disclosing information that was not supposed to be made public. You have jeopardized the city's standing in the JPIA improvement plan. None of us is an expert in employment law dealing with government workers, nor do we have any facts dealing with this case. But you, Mr. Kim, and Mr. Castro felt it was necessary to override the decision made by staff. We do not have evidence to make a wise ruling in this case. but you three took it upon yourselves to be the city managers. Bottom line here is, we must protect all employees, even those union members whom you've sought to support always and to listen with open ears. You have wavered on this one, and only time will tell if we, as a council, did the right thing. We should not be putting pressure on our administrative staff because our emotions tell us. We must take an objective stance on matters of personnel. We don't have all the evidence, so how can we make a rational decision? You've stated before on issues of uncertainty that you need more time to decide and not to do anything in haste. Again, Mr. Mayor, you wavered. And secondly, and more importantly, we must adhere to this JPIA improvement plan, which clearly states and which has been emphasized to us time and again, do not meddle in issues of personnel. How clear is that statement? Yet we continue to do otherwise. We have violated the JPIA improvement plan with this travesty. I would hope that we, as a council, step back and look and listen to the voice of reason within us and make better judgment calls. We cannot continue on this path of self-destruction when our city has so many pressing issues, but because of our limited vision and unshared vision, we shortchange our community and our constituency. Mr. Mayor, I ask you that hopefully through your leadership on this council, we look for transparency and objectivity and try to remove emotions from all issues. I thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for your comments, John. I'm listening, John. Councilman Kim.
Well, I'm glad Mr. Moreno was mentioning about the
No name calling,
issues.
sir. Be straightforward and objective, sir.
And first of all, I have the written statements. I have been getting report on illegal houses being rented on California Street. I want this on the next agenda for City Council. We cannot allow illegal rental and the city has liability issues. And the other one is I want to know communications with the Border Patrol regarding water and sewer line service project. They supposed to have last week, they have communication, we never informed it. June Kim, Calexico City Council members. And the other one, as Mr. Moreno was saying, very nice one. Actually, I was talking with the city lawyer, several of our council members breaching the closed session information, including Mr. Moreno. What we discussed at the closed session shouldn't be here. And then Mr. Moreno was saying that he's breaching the closed session, what council discussed. It shouldn't be there. Our city lawyers report, we decide anything. We didn't decide anything. That's it. That is closed session. We should not discuss somebody do something. We shouldn't do that. And we breaching the Randall's council meeting again here. And also, there was lots of people criticizing. Mr. Castro was mentioning a little bit. There is protocol to process. When we have any protocol, it's not been done right, council can correct it to do right process. And if we don't protect the city gonna get sued again.
Please, Mrs. Padilla.
We have to, the council member has to be very careful to listen to our decision to make the city's benefit. What I did here, if I don't see the compass system to reaching our city in the last 25 years, I wouldn't be here.
Calm down, Kim. You don't need to yell.
I didn't yell. I'm emotional. Sometimes someone have to do it.
I understand.
Our city has been 25 years been leaching by those compass. We should raise up those compass, everybody put into their work to benefit for the city of the Calexico. Someone said we have a lot of people, good people, talented, and good resource. We're ruining that resource day by day. We have to put all those compass systems put into the work to bring the benefit for the citizens, not compass benefit. Thank you.
All right. Sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is emotional. I just want to make it clear that that what was done in the context of Chief Tabares was legal, and it was not. I am very extremely concerned about JPIA, but there can be changes as long as it's the proper protocol and it's legal. JPIA, and in fact, JPIA has told me that what right I have, or any councilman, is to question the evaluation and performance of a city manager. I was not meddling, I was questioning the judgment. I had a right to do that. JPI would back me up. So that was legal. Leadership, trying my best to keep everybody together, but we have strong emotions and passions. And I do very much like what Councilwoman Hurtado said. She is not going to keep quiet, and I am not going to keep quiet. I have convictions. And, you know, I get pressure, and people get pissed off at me because I don't cave in. It takes a long time for me to decide, and it comes from me, my conviction. And if it just so happens to, because I'm in the middle, lean from one side or other, so be it. I am in nobody's pocket. And I will make my decisions for the better good of Calexico. And I felt, let's be honest, there's a divide here about this chief. There's been some ugly things said about him personally and racist comments. There's always been a divide. There's a hatred. I don't understand where this hatred emanates. I really don't. I don't have that hatred. He's not my buddy. I just want to see him out there. By the way, the latest word is, ladies and gentlemen, that there are more burglaries and car thefts. And so for me, it's simple. If we have adequate patrol, you will be better protected. I go along with the same formula as the fire department. Fully staffed, low overtime, and better protection. It's a no-brainer to me. I don't understand why it doesn't apply to the police department. I think it's because there's just a lot of hate and irrationality. But I'm letting you know there's a higher theft rate, the report is in, and burglary. And I want us fully staffed so that you are protected. Now, if that's such a bad thing, go ahead. And I want justice and equity. But what was done was proper and in the realm of JPIA. And believe me, I am very concerned about that. And I will continue to stress my opinion. I will continue to compromise, but I will not compromise on my integrity or my convictions that what I think is right for the greater good. And there may be disagreement. That's how the way it is. I respect very much Mayor Pro Tem Moreno, very much Hurtado, all of them. And believe me, I don't go groveling or listening to the other two gentlemen at the end prior to what other people believe. I make up my own decision. And sometimes people get upset because I take a long time. I make up my own decision, for better or worse. And that's it. I'm looking at you straight in the eye. Thank you. All right, City Manager.
I have nothing to report.
All right, sir. All right, now let's move on to consent agenda item. We have on that item 3 items.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
If no one is to pull anything, I move for its approval.
Okay. Anyone like to second that? For the consent agenda item, there are 3. Hello? Council members, second? Okay, I'll second it. I don't know why the resistance here. All right. So no one wants to pull anything, so a motion is made by Mayor Pro Tem, and a second is made by Mayor Hodge to approve the consent agenda item. Please do so. Councilman Castro?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Please vote. All right. Consent agenda item is approved. We move on to, let me get my glasses here. We move on to business items. We're going to take each one, right? City Manager, that pertains to?
Yes.
Okay, sir. All right. Number 4, there are about 3 of these that have to do with the airport and appraisal. Number 4, approval of a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico authorizing the city manager or his designee to endorse the master agreement, program supplement agreements, fund exchange agreements, fund transfer agreements, and any amendments entitled administering agency, federal and/or state-funded project, quote unquote. For the federal project number, I don't know if this is a word, HPLU L 5168, parentheses 017, mainly the Cesar Chavez Boulevard / Calexico West Point of entry, Highway 98 and 2nd Street. So once again, we are going to endorse the master agreement, program supplement agreements, fund exchange agreements. All right, to authorize the city manager to endorse these agreements or his designee. Is there a motion on this item, or do you want to give us background, sir?
I don't think, yeah, well, if you need some, but essentially it's
pretty clear to me.
The money we need from the feds to complete this project, which is just about completed as far as the design.
Sir, can you educate me? If we move forward on these appraisal, we do it right, are we going to be qualified again for a grant? Is that part of it or no?
We're constantly looking for grants, and right now the project essentially has money assigned to it. We just have to go through the steps to finish one before we proceed with the next step, and so on and so forth.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion on item number 4?
So moved.
Second? Second by Councilman Castro. Please vote. All right. Business item number 4 passes unanimously, dealing with the endorsement of master agreement, program supplement agreements, and so forth. Number 5, interrelated, the approval of resolutions, and claims. A, are we going to vote, city attorney, on each of these, A, B, C, and D?
If you don't, yes, if
They have
someone
to
makes
be.
a motion, you can approve all 4 at the same time.
We can, ma'am. Okay.
If there's questions about individual ones,
Then we
then
have
you
to
should
take the
vote
individual
separately.
vote. Okay. All right, let me read these, ladies and gentlemen. Approval of resolutions and claims. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico approving Article 8A application for streets and road and IVAG planning purposes under the Transportation Development Act, PUC 99400A, and in parentheses for $0.00. That's a plus. B, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico approving Article 8C, application for transit purposes under the Transportation Development Act, SB 325, PUC 99400C, for the amount of $344,533.00. C, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico approving Article 8E, application for bus benches, shelter purposes under the Transportation Development Act, SB 325, PUC 99400E, for $11,784. D, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico approving Article 3 application, bicycle and/or pedestrian funds, and this is the future, ladies and gentlemen, active transportation, under the Transportation Development Act, and approving the adoption of its bicycle and pedestrian plan for $27,205.00. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, if there's no questions or concerns, I'll move for its approval.
I have some questions.
Okay.
All right. Motion made, but could you second it with questions, Councilman Kim?
Well, his motions, if not, if they don't have any question, I have a question.
But you can second for
You
discussion.
can second for discussion and then,
And you don't have to vote that way. If it turns
yes,
out.
just second, and then you have your question, sir. Can you do that?
Okay, I second the
Thank you,
question.
and now proceed with your questions or concerns.
Okay, for example, Schedule B,
B,
they have an administration fee. Number 3, administration fee is $380,000.
I have 344,000 here, sir.
Number 3, B, Schedule B,
Do you have 344,000?
Yeah, 344. That's for number,
page 8.
Or number 5. Okay.
AC, Article AC.
Okay, this is the real backup, sir.
The number 5,
I'm not here, please. Statement of assurances.
8C, Article 8C. Page 8.
8. Full use of federal funds.
TDA contract services claim the local transportation funds, fund and the state transit assistance.
Okay.
They have, number 3, they have administration cost of $380,000. Estimated or actual current fiscal year 12-13 and proposed fiscal year 13-14, $390,000. Page 8.
Page 8.
Number 3, number 3, administration, Schedule B. Number 3, administration,
oh, wait a minute.
Schedule B. I think you have right one.
8C.
Article 8C. 8C.
Oh, Article 8C.
Page 8 on that
3.
one.
Okay, thank you. 8C. I have it now. Thank you, Councilman Kim. All right, continue.
Number 3, administration, they have a $380,000, $560 for the 12-13, and the 13-14 New Year's, $390,844 for this year. So what kind of administration we paying for this? This is like a dial ride or AD?
Yes, it's a Calexico Dial Ride program, and the administration fees are...
$390,000.
Yes, involves the city staff as well as ICTC,
So this is-
ICTC staff.
So after we approve this one, we get the money, but we're gonna money this one to pay for the ICTC to bring the service dial right.
Yes, we're already committed.
Can you reiterate that,
We're already
City Manager?
committed. We're committed to expend those funds, well, with this action, of course,
For what now?
for continue the dial ride
To
program.
continue dial ride?
Yes,
At the amount of?
yes. If we don't, then we have to cease the operation of dial ride program.
Is this the normal amount?
Well, it's
ongoing amount?
it's adjusted for the
Inflation.
rates,
Okay.
the transportation costs.
But it's a
gas
reasonable
costs.
amount? Reasonable amount for dial ride?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting, Councilman Kim. Proceed, sir.
Well, I want to know how much they're paying for the administration. So totally we're talking about the A, B, C, D, which is A, there's no money, but B is 344,000.
Well, that's the biggest ticket item, sir. It involves quite a few buses and a lot of transportation miles.
So we're talking about around $400,000 total, plus A, B, C,
Yes.
B, C, D. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we have to vote on this item, correct, City Attorney? Okay, so that was...
I withdraw my
I
seconds.
believe there was a motion to approve all 4 resolutions. Is that what?
Yes, it was.
I
Mayor Pro
withdraw
Tem,
my
and there was a
seconds.
second for discussion, and so
And
now
he's
the motion and the vote would be related to all 4
all
resolutions.
4. Okay,
And if it doesn't pass, then we would go through and do individual.
all right, I see.
I move for its approval on those items.
On items and, okay,
And Mr. Kim, for the record, had rescinded his second.
yes. Okay, then, we are...
I'll second for approval.
Okay.
On all 4.
I think, okay, very
No,
good.
because you just said that Mr. Kim rescinded.
All right, I see. Second approval for all, Councilman Hurtado. Please vote on item number 5 for all these application articles. All right, this passes unanimously. Number 5. Item number 6, ladies and gentlemen, now begins a few of the items that, oh, no, sorry, this one's special. Requested action, makes me happy. Award the bid proposal from Hazard Construction in the amount of $524,993 base bid for the street improvement project, asphalt rubber composite layer overlay on Cole Boulevard, plus 10% contingency, which amounts to $52,499.30. And then also a second requested action with this item number 6 is to authorize the city manager to sign an agreement between the City of Calexico and Hazard Construction for street improvement project asphalt rubber composite layer overlay on Cole Boulevard. Unless there's any discussion?
I move for its approval.
You took it
Or
away from
you can
me.
move.
I want to make the motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. I make the motion and Mayor Pro Tem seconds it. Okay? Please vote. Call roll. So we don't have to go like this any longer. All right.
It's your lucky day, Nick.
Bravo. Thank you, Nick, for moving forward on that. Thank you. All right. Number 7. Authorize city manager to sign deposit agreement for property appraisal expenses between the City of Calexico and Corsair, LLC. You want to give a little background on this one, sir?
Sure. As you well know, we had a plan to modify the road, and then the Grand Plaza came in and they asked us to see if we can adjust the road geometry to move it more to the north. And so we did. Unfortunately, because we did that, we had to forfeit some funds from FAA. But Corsair, before, of course, we proceeded with this, they decided that they would go ahead and reimburse us for all the expenses leading up to doing the actual road construction plans and funding the project for building. At that time, when we actually award the project to be built, then FAA would again release funds as soon as they apply, or as soon as we apply for the grant, and they, of course, agree to grant it. So it's just reimbursement agreement with Corsair. We have to hire a consultant. They have to do an appraisal of the road and the properties that are going to be swapped as part of the road realignment, and Corsair is going to pay for this, but we have to collect the money from them, and then we in turn pay the consultant. That's all it is.
Any questions from the council?
We're talking about that one dip the famous little dip thing that we had to kind of...
Right. It used to dip in the plan that was prepared for the airport about 10 years ago. It used to dip south quite a bit. And when the developer asked us, we moved it a little bit to the north. That's the only difference. But it ultimately, I think it benefits everybody, the airport, the citizens, and of course the Grand Plaza, because then they can fit more parking, more buildings out there, and bring a good product out there for us.
Any other questions, Ms. Hurtado?
No, I'm good.
Mr. Castro? No. Mr. Kim?
I have written statements.
Okay.
May 20th City Council meeting. Business item 7 through 10, appraisal between City of Calexico and Grand Plaza. All four agreements do not identify the properties. They does not have the legal parcel number. The City Council has not approved these properties to be sold or transferred. Has this been given to the Planning Department and the Planning Commission for processing? We are working on a new project for developer, and we have not been paid for the impact fees. June Kim, Calexico City Council members.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Kim. Mr. Mayor, you're back.
All
We're
right,
on
thank
item, the 7, I don't have my glasses.
Still on 7, sir?
Number 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 7.
All right, is there a motion for this
I
item?
move for its approval, Mr.
Second
Mayor.
on that.
Second by Mayor Pro Tem. Please vote. Says yes down there. Okay. Okay. All right, then. Passes 3-2, but it passes. All right, thank you for your vote. Moving on to item number 8.
Same thing, no?
No, it's a little different. I read it. It's approved city staff recommendation from competitive bid process for the hiring, right, of Bender Rosenthal Incorporated for property appraisal for right-of-way acquisition and related properties associated with the relocation of a portion of East Anza Road located adjacent to the Calexico International Airport. This is very important to move forward on this for Phase 2. Is that not correct, City Manager?
That is correct.
Would you like to give some background on that?
Yes. Actually, items 7, 8, 9, and
Did I
10
skip?
are all
Did I skip?
interrelated. This one is for us to hire Rosenthal. The first one you approved is to make an agreement with Corsair to reimburse us for hiring Rosenthal, which is this that you're going to vote for. So this is to proceed and sign up with a contract with Rosenthal to hire them to do the actual appraisal of the properties involved.
Could you explain to the public, it's been long planned, what exactly is, once these resolutions are in place, we move forward, what exactly is going to happen between Grand Plaza and the airport?
FAA has a certain procedure by which when they're going to be involved in any land transaction, that it gets done in a certain way. And one of the first steps is to hire a consultant that does an appraisal. Then we have to hire another appraiser to review the appraiser's work. So it's a redundant system. That's why you have these 4 ticket items.
Which land are we appraising?
This is the land swap for
Yes.
relocating the road.
Land swamp.
So there's
Yes.
two appraisers, checks and balances?
Correct. Yeah.
And
One checks
what-
the other.
Right, and reimbursed by Corsair?
Corsair, right. Corsair's paying for all this.
Okay, good.
We're just the go-between.
All right. Okay.
Mr. Mayor, if there's no questions,
I have none.
I will motion for its approval.
All right, is there a second?
Yes, I'll second that.
All right, then please vote on item number 8, as stated. Okay, it passes 3-2. Moving on to item number 9. Again, interrelated, but slightly different. Authorize city manager to sign deposit agreement for property appraisal review services expenses between the City of Calexico and Corsair LLC. A little explanation on the distinction here, sir?
Well, we're asking Corsair to give us $10,000 that we can use toward paying the consultants.
Okay.
And the other one was for an
And they
agreement
have
with Corsair.
agreed to do so.
Correct. And the other one, the one preceding this one, was
Okay.
to hire Rosenthal.
Okay, well, they're paying up on some areas, very good. All right, is there a motion on this item?
So moved.
Second? I will make that second. Please vote. All right, I thought we broke the trend there. Okay, we do have a trend, 3-2, but it passes. To move on to second phase for the Grand Plaza. Again, interrelated, but somewhat of a different focus. Approved city staff recommendation from competitive bid process for the hiring of a Robert Backer and Associations for property appraisal review services for right-of-way of acquisition and related properties associated with the relocation of a portion of East Anza Road located adjacent to the Calexico International Airport. A little bit of background, sir?
Similarly, this is the last action required. This guy is going to be reviewing the first guy.
Checks and balances. That's a good thing in government. Okay, checks and balances. Who can say no to that? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Hurtado. Please vote. All right. Once again, it passes 3-2. Move on to item number 11. Oh, this is different. Approve the list of pre-qualified applicants for the sale of Safe and Sane fireworks for 2014. And our applicants are two, which is a little sad. Adrian, I mean, not sad that they're applying, but I thought we would have more. Adrian Cordova Memorial Foundation, and number 2, Calexico Police Officers Association.
So move.
All right.
I'd like to have discussion.
You'd like to have discussion? You may proceed. Councilwoman Hurtado, would you mind second it with discussion?
No.
I'll second for discussion.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, there was some concerns, and I know that we had this discussion today about dividing the community and this, that, and the other. But one of the concerns that has basically kind of divided me over there with Mr. Casillas is that in the past activities of the sales, there's been some concern about the promises that were made out to the community. And so I don't know if there's any representatives that can help us to understand, because, you know, the fireworks sales in the city of Calexico are hopefully to help benefit some of the community organizations. And so that was the reason why we went out there and received the authorization for the sale of fireworks in the city of Calexico, was to end up in a benefit towards the community and give back to the community. And in the last 2 years, I have heard that we have not been having our participants, and there's a couple here, I mean, there's one in here, that the community has come towards me with that concern. So are we watching that? And is that going to be a focus or any of the issues that may be something that when you're considering who will be approved, if that is something that would be taken into consideration? Or can you actually report to us what is it that's that activity, if that would be what we have to know, because there is a lot of concern out there. So I think that maybe...
Can you please reiterate what is exactly the concern, Councilman?
Yes, the concern is that when the organizations sit down to do the sales, they are making, they're going to be then giving some type of benefit to the community and different organizations.
Absolutely.
They make agreements with other individuals that come in and make this, help to do the sales, because it's all day long for so many days and it's hot out there. I did receive some concerns that there were some organizations that did not have their end of the bargain completed after the sales of those fireworks. And that is concerning, and that is how you and I, Mr. Casillas, had, well, actually not you, it was Mr. Alarcón, a little bit of differences, because when we talked about that, that was really hard to work with you, because I am here to work with my community and with you as well, but here we are again facing the same exact question, who we are going to work with in the community, so I haven't had an answer to that concern.
Okay.
And it is a concern, because these are little girls that are out there.
Oh.
And so,
So they're not
you know, it's ugly to talk about that right now,
Oh, I
but
see.
we're facing it now, and I haven't seen an answer to
too
that.
much in the sun, not being given.
Well, the thing is that I thought that the financial aspects of these activities was going to be shown to us, and at least to know that we're giving the permits in good faith. That's my
that
question.
whoever is there helping will be treated right.
Yes, so I know that the fire chief, I know you want to answer, but it's actually an administrative question, but the chief's not here today, so maybe we can have that answer later. You know, we can go ahead and vote today, but I would like to see if we can have that answer,
I think
because...
that's a legitimate concern.
Yeah, because I have asked that
Do
before.
you think that city manager might be a city manager? Can you?
We have a representative from the fire department that is willing to speak on this.
All right.
Okay, fire
That specific
department,
question only, actually.
and then we'll get to you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes,
Just to
ma'am?
point out one other thing, the memo from Chief Mercado to City Manager Oscar Rodriguez says that both groups indeed have submitted record of their expenditures and receipts for the sale of fireworks for the year of 2013, and that Chief Mercado reviewed those, and both applicants met the qualifying criteria.
Both.
I don't know if that is in here, I just wanted to point out
Okay.
that his memo specifies
But-
that that was done.
Okay, but I'm-
then I would, that's answering my question. That's answering my question. You don't need to answer, because that answers my question.
I'm a little confused, but
It's just that that wasn't shared, and that was a concern back in the day.
did you say Chief Mercado, the fire department?
Yes, he did.
Well,
Chief-
how come
Chief
they're not
Mercado.
here?
Uh,
How come they're not? Am I misreading this? Aren't they going to contribute and do the fireworks?
No, they
No?
never have.
No, sir.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're basically just in charge of taking care of the permits,
Oh.
making sure that all the
Okay,
paperwork
my
and everything is
apologies.
turned in.
Okay,
And
you're in charge.
what Mr. Hurtado was asking is that when the applications were turned in, there were a couple, both applications were incomplete at the time that they were turned in.
They're in charge.
Both applicants have got all their paperwork. We contacted them. The paperwork that was missing, which is the paperwork that you were looking for, was turned in. As they mentioned, we then reviewed the applications again, went through that, and they have both applicants, both the Cordova and also the CPOA, have met all the criteria that is needed
Okay,
for
sir.
the permits to be
Thank you.
adhered to.
All right, then that's assuring.
Mr. Mayor, if there's no
Yes,
further
sir.
questions, I'll call for the question.
Okay, and was there a second?
Yes, I second it for discussion.
Needed for discussion.
Okay,
And I believe Councilmember Kim is the one that made
that's
the
right.
motion to approve.
All right, then please vote. I got yes, but here it comes. All right, passes unanimously, looking forward to it. Already, the summer is upon us. Forgot to say some good things about the Grand Plaza during councilman comments. Okay, that's number 12, right? That we just passed? We're on to number 13. Thank you very much.
12,
That was
JPIA.
Number 11 that we just passed.
Oh, just passed. Now we are on number 12. And it's a requested action, make appointment of designated California JPIA director and alternate, or it actually has alternates. So that means it could be more than one, if I read this right, prior to the July 1st, 2014 update deadline.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I would like to appoint the mayor for the director and the alternate for the JPIA board, Mr. Kim.
I agree. I second.
Wow. Okay, okay. All right, so we vote on this? Okay, do I have a right to vote on
Is
this?
there action?
Is there action on this?
Yes, the city council should vote on it.
We need vote, and do I have a right to vote on this?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have a form submitted?
Oh,
That's unusual,
That's
isn't it?
good for a change, Yoli. Okay, well,
Mr. Kim, you want to be the alternate?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. No, wait a minute. I thought he said, yeah, he's the alternate. Oh, you're asking. Okay, all right, Yoli Cordero?
My only concern in this is, and I see that Mr. Castro, I guess, nominated you to represent the city of Calexico at the JPIA, and Mr. Kim as an alternate. I personally, I don't agree with that. I've been in public forums with Mr. Kim in the other cities, and he doesn't express himself very well and behaves very well in front of the other cities that I've been a witness to, and I think it'll be an embarrassment. Two, being in the JPIA, you need to have some business background. You don't have business background, Mr. Hodge.
No, I'm pretty sorry.
But I know that maybe you can understand, but I don't think both of you would be good for the JPIA right now, especially for the other stuff you're going through. And then Mr. Kim with his issues. And I mean, I know that John's very busy, and I know that Mr. Castro wouldn't be able to because of several reasons, and one would be with his language. So it's pretty, I know, but you got to call it like it is, you know? So it comes down to Maritza, pretty much, that could be available and to represent us at the JPIA while we go through all this mess that we're going through. That's all.
All right. And anyone else want to say anything?
I'd like to take up on that same item.
Okay. I speak English.
If that's not, I mean, geez, what are we going to pick? Are we going to pick people by height, weight, the color of their skin next? I mean, is that why we don't like the chief? Because he's short, he's dark? I mean, that's so racist. He represents the people of Calexico. He represents 3,200 votes.
Let you speak and don't.
And so
direct your attention to us.
He is a representative of the community, whether he has a problem speaking English, Spanish, Korean, Chinese, whatever the language barrier is. So what are we going to do next? Someone that's got a speech impediment, we're not going to let him represent the city? If I'm disabled, if I'm handicapped, I can't go?
Big trouble there. Thank you.
It's a great choice.
Okay, now, we're not going to.
No,
All right, a little rebuttal. Whoa, let's get, okay.
You
Go
know,
ahead.
being a business person, you need to have business sense, okay? Now, no, I've attended several functions in Imperial Valley, because my office is in El Centro, okay? I've been with Mr. Kim at functions with all the cities present, okay? And he came in late to one of them, and I wanted to introduce him as he was coming in.
Give your attention to us, that's the
I'm
rule,
sorry.
please.
As he was coming in, and this was with the people from the IBDC and the city of El Centro, because we wanted to put some work together, because we wanted to work with Mexicali. So as I introduced him and I told him, you know, this is what we want to do so that we can work together, he said was, you know what, we don't need any of these cities. Calexico can do everything by themselves. We don't need these people. And that was it, and then he walked away.
Well, that's why you need me there.
Well, not right now or you right now. But, I mean, those kind of things. This is crazy. You need business sense people there. But my husband is disabled, okay? So I'm not against nobody that's disabled. Nobody, I mean, the language issues or anything like that. But right now, there's some issues going. So let's just leave things the way they are, and let's wait till November. Let's wait till the elections, and then let's reorganize ourselves. Why are you going to be moving all this right now when all of you guys are going through some very difficult situations?
I don't know, Yoli, I didn't request this, it's on the agenda.
No, I understand. But somebody had to put it into, yes, thank you. Somebody had to put it in the agenda, okay?
I don't know, miss.
Well, you know, but still, you guys are going to do whatever you want. Like he says, go for the vote, it's going to be whatever, and it's going to be done. But we're going to have to wait till
As a
November.
teacher, I've heard I have more pro-business common sense than a lot of business people, so I just
Well,
want to reassure you, I've taught economics.
Maybe you should
Okay.
stick
Mr.
to the
Hodge.
business
All right,
and
thank
not
you.
drama.
Mr. Hodge, let me talk some.
Oh, boy,
I need some
okay,
discussion.
just briefly, because I don't want to get into an argument.
Okay.
Okay?
First of all, when I speak with the white people, they understood 100%. Some people doesn't understand English, maybe that they don't understand issues. And the IVDC, that's one of the reasons I'm running for the supervisor, same reason, because the Elizabeth County entity, they're using our name to get the money, and they bring the service for themselves, for other city, not Calexico. That's why I don't need it. And also, we, Calexico, has a lot of good people, intelligent people. We are entitled to dealing with those kind of business, bringing ourselves, we can do ourselves. That is my opinions. And also, I didn't left. You left earlier than me. I was almost elected. I was late because there was wrong information. That was the wrong information. The time to finish, I believe that was starting. And also, again, a lot of people, they don't understand because they don't understand the issues. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And I don't know why, Kim, I feel to apologize you for some of those comments. All right, let's take a vote. So it was me, and alternative is Councilman Kim. Please vote on this. Did we? Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck, and I'm sort of a teacher, so I always go to people that I respect, so I might go to you, Yoli, or Maritza Hurtado for some insight. That's my openness about things. All right, it passes unanimously. What, we have this down? Oh, okay. All right. We're moving on to number 13. Oh, Councilmember Hurtado to make an appointment to the Economic Development Commission. First, it should be the public comment. Is that correct, City Attorney? I always forget that. Yoli, you are on again.
I know this is for the Economic Development, but I just want to point out that for the Finance Advisory Board, the appointee for Mr. Castro, Javier Gonzalez, has not attended none of the meetings. So there's been about 4 of them. So according to my bylaws, or the bylaws that the city put for the Finance Advisory Board, he needs to be removed, so we need a new appointee.
Okay.
And I would like to suggest, Mr. Castro, Jesus Escobar, he's an ex-banker from Rabobank, and he has his own business. He would be an excellent person for the Finance Advisory Board. Suggestion.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Cordero. All right, Javier Gonzalez not attending. Okay, now we'll move to the item.
Mayor, on that issue,
Quickly, you may rebut quickly
appointments,
or respond.
economic development, Javier Gonzalez, he doesn't receive any email or any information about those meetings. So that's something that
All right.
City of Calexico is failing on that. So
Okay.
I believe, I don't know who is in charge of that, but there is some issue on that.
Okay. Don't know.
Mr. Mayor, this item's not on the
let's
agenda,
not get on
so
this.
if someone
Let's not
wants to
get on
direct
this.
it to
Yeah.
the city clerk or the...
Let's not get on this, but it works both ways. He has to take responsibility himself also. Okay, Marita?
Yeah, actually, I had a couple of different options, but going around to everybody, nobody really wants to participate right now, though, in the situation, but you had an excellent idea there. And I know Jose very well from, Jesus, very well from many, many years ago when Rabobank was Valley Independent Bank. And I know his spouse, and I know that they're business owners here in the city of Calexico, and I think he would be an excellent choice, except I would wish to want to talk to him. I know that I've spoken to his wife recently.
His last
so I
name?
would just have to get Escobar. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to select Jesus Escobar,
Okay.
pending my discussion with him.
All right, very good. All right. All right, let's move on to item number 14. Acknowledge library, it's just an acknowledgement, library board minutes for the meeting of 10/30/13. Is it acknowledged?
Acknowledged.
Okay, acknowledged. All right, move on to item number 15.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledge receipt of Business Improvement District bid minutes for the meeting of March 12, 2014. We all read it. Is it acknowledged? I assume it is. Number 16, acknowledgement of overtime justification report for the months of February 2014 and March 2014. Is it acknowledged?
There's questions, but we're not going to talk, it's just too much.
It's too much. Okay, so we'll acknowledge it. All right. Moving on to item number 17, acknowledgement of overtime justification report for the month of April 2014. Is it acknowledged?
On that, I want to just ask, was
Yes,
there a reason
ma'am.
why we separated them on that?
Were they different months?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. Question answered. Acknowledged?
Acknowledged.
Okay, very good. Moving on to item number 18. It is recommended that the City Council receive and file business license delinquency report for the month of March 2014. Do we recommend that action? To file?
I guess just a question, do
Yes,
we
ma'am?
have anything a little more updated than March? We're in May.
Do we have anything a little more updated
Was that supposed to say
than,
May?
than March? Mr. Quinn, would you like to answer that, or?
No, that's okay.
That's okay?
I wanna go
She
home.
says that's okay. That's all right. Okay, just stay right where you're at, sir.
I'll ask you later, Mr. Quinn.
Okay, there you go. All right, whoa. Item number 17, it is recommended that the City Council 19, acknowledge the receipt of and file the statement of revenue and expenditures and third quarter review. It is recommended that we acknowledge. This is an acknowledgement. Very well written, Mr. Quinn. Succinct. Is it acknowledged? Okay, it's acknowledged. It's been a while, I think, since we've had the opportunity to go to future agenda items. Councilman Kim, future agenda items. Remember, we do have a lot on our plate. I would recommend you keep it to 2, but go
Yeah.
ahead, Councilman Kim.
Well, I want to just put on one agenda this time. For the California Street, the illegal, the house will be rented it on California Street. I wanted this on the next agenda for the City Council. We can discuss.
Sir?
What specifically on California Street?
They have some houses has been illegally to rented it.
Oh, illegally
Yes,
rented?
Yeah, it's a commercial.
They're commercial businesses, but they're using them as residences. Yes.
Zone violation?
Zone
zone
violation, we gave a red tag to the,
So we want, we
You
can
want an
discuss
update?
about the
Discussion.
agenda.
Discussion and update, sir.
Yeah, discussion and action.
okay.
On action. Is there another item, sir? Councilman Kim?
That's it.
That's it. Thank you. Councilwoman Hurtado?
I don't want to bog down anymore because we've been trying to get rid
That's
of
true.
everything in the past. However, you mentioned twice today, earlier, that there has been an increase in home robberies. I'm not sure, where are you receiving that information from? And
Police
if there's-
Department.
If there is a report that's being shared with
Let's
you,
have it.
because as far as reports or information or statuses, there's nothing coming to this council.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have said twice here about home robberies, I think we need a report now.
Can we have a report on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
because if there's something out there that the rest of this council doesn't know about something like that, I think it's real important.
Well, I'm
So,
glad I brought it up. Report, okay?
yes.
All right, please follow through.
Statistics, right? And a presentation about the statistics. It's been a year now, so that'd be good.
Okay, good. Any other? Please, sir. Uh-huh. All right. Okay, we'll get a report. All right, we'll get a report. Stop. Okay, is that the amount of your request, Councilman?
I didn't want to bog down, just that.
Okay, very good. Councilman Castro.
Yes, I would like to bring, or I would like to hear an update related to the Border Patrol issue about the Calexico East port.
Oh. Okay, you mean
We
the,
haven't heard any comments on that, so I would like for
Sir.
the next council meeting that
Okay.
report,
all right.
a full report.
You're referring to the Border Patrol, the infrastructure going to the Border
Yes,
Patrol?
exactly.
All right, sir, I do know that as soon as Oscar comes back, we're going to set up our subcommittee meeting, and we'll have a report for you. Okay?
Okay, and who is in the subcommittee?
Maybe I can interject here.
It was me and-
actually
and
do
Kim.
have a quick update.
You have some update?
Yeah,
Very
won't
good.
take a minute at all. I've been talking to Border Patrol, and they did acknowledge, they did agree to our terms, and so we're trying to set up a meeting as soon as the city manager comes back.
Okay,
So it is moving ahead.
all right.
But I believe the LAFCO have a meeting 22nd, isn't it?
Border Patrol has to make that adjustment with LAFCO. We can't intervene.
We can intervene, but it's on the agenda, so we can go for this coming 22nd meeting. You're going to be attended?
I don't know, I haven't received the agenda packet yet. But again, it's not up to us.
Yeah, but the thing is that that project is approved, I believe that it is the 22nd LAFCO agenda. So I believe we should go there to see what is going on. We are not the applicant, but we should be there to interacting to what's going on.
At this meeting, sir, is that
Yes.
what you were saying?
And also, they might gonna have issues probably about the big thing is, do they gonna only for the running for the pipe for the water and sewer only for the border patrol, or they gonna let everybody can use that one? That is main issues of us discussing at the city council last time.
I know.
mean, the RAFCO.
I know City Manager Oscar Rodriguez had concerns, and he wanted to get answers at a meeting.
You know what, for brevity, what I would say is, I'll give you a report, but if there's any specific items like Mr. Kim is asking, please put them in writing and give them to me, and I'll include that in the report. Because if you don't ask the question, I may not be prepared.
No, I'm talking about the last LAFCO meeting. The supervisor was talking to let everybody has a service, not only border patrol. So the LAFCO, the director recommending only the border patrol can use that pipe, the sealed service, not nobody else's.
Okay.
So that's why the supervisor was talking to why not, if we want to do it, we do right. Why not anybody can get the service?
Okay, let's put an end to that. But again, I'll coordinate with City Manager Oscar Rodriguez when it's appropriate time for subcommittee meeting. Quickly.
Mr. City Manager?
No.
Anyways,
Nice,
I keep
John, you
hearing
spread
this
this.
issue on this line being taken out of town, but nobody's considering the capacity at our water plant. We have, I don't know how many empty lots that are going to be built that need that capacity that we have. What you should really have before you even go to LAFCO is a presentation from Mr. Servin to where you can count all the lots in the city and measure if you're going to have enough capacity at the water plant.
That's a good point.
Because our lots that are already in the city have priority over taking a pipe out of town.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Milling.
Well said.
Head of Mosio. That's, we should have then, I would welcome that report.
We actually had already said that before.
Okay, well, I forgot, so please forgive me. I'm over 60.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't want to be redundant, but
Have you, is it your turn now?
I'm just waiting for the inventory of all the items that we've been asking for.
Right.
And what progress has been made on them. You sent it out? I didn't, when?
Really?
I didn't get it. I'll check my email.
I'll check.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'll check it out. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, and I concur with Mayor Pro Tem. We have enough on our plate, so right now, I don't have any future agenda items. So, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, it's before 9, and
We are going to return to closed session.
we're going to return to
For
closed
the special
session
meeting and the addendum to
for
this
further
regular-
discussion, yes, but the public meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.